Well, I'm off to the airport to pick up Lee here in Kodiak. He gets in about a half an hour. So, yeah, be the first time meeting him, and should be hopefully a good experience for both of us. And yeah, we'll keep you posted. So here we are at the airport in Kodiak. Plane's landed, and I think Lee's just getting his bags, so keep an eye out for him to come out. I haven't met him, so there's no sense in walking around in there with a mask on trying to find someone I don't know. I'll just wait for him to come find my truck. So we'll see if he texts or calls, but stand by. How's it going, Lee? Yeah. Greg. Nice to meet you too, man. Welcome to Alaska.
Thank you.
Let's get your stuff in. Home sweet home for the next, 3 months or something,
Yeah,
2.5. So boat's a little bit of a mess. I was out here playing around with my cousins.
Yeah.
But you'll be up here in the Four Peak. You go ahead and grab a bunk, and I'm gonna be shooting some video of this stuff. We'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
Probably after about 3 days, we'll be like, all right, that's enough of that. You know how that goes.
I know how it goes. I've tried before.
And then we'll head up to Top House, which is it's easier to get up going around on deck and then up. And
All right.
yeah, let's come up here and bullshit a little bit. Okay, Lee, tell us a little bit about yourself. How'd you find your way to Alaska on my boat?
So you know Dave. So his son Ben went to high school with me,
Right?
and then so we became friends like sophomore year. And then I knew Ben went to Alaska every summer, like me, and then our friends Aiden and Tanner never got to hang out with him in the summer because he's always been in Alaska.
Right.
And then I think pretty much we graduated high school, and I was already planning on going to college. So I was going to Everett Community College for a little bit. But then, like, getting jobs, I just hated every single job that I got. And then I was like, I want to try going to Alaska. So he talked to his dad, and then I was able to go to the plant in Wrangell. And so I just did that and gutted fish and like crack crab.
So the plant was actually a fish processing
The
plant
fish processing
there.
plant, yeah.
Yeah, and so you spent a little time doing that. So you know the different types of salmon then?
I know king and like pink and
Everything else
chums,
is red.
kind of, yeah, everything else.
Right on.
I definitely should have paid more attention, but I didn't really, because I did the grading, I guess 2 years ago, because I didn't go last summer. It's like where we like cut the tail and then all that. So that I was able to get it. Like once I got going,
Right.
I was able to pick it out pretty easily.
Right.
Like sockeye, like I was actually able to tell the difference. So I just have to get it going again. I
Right.
feel like
Right.
just
Once you
come back
see
to
a
me.
couple, it'll come
Yeah.
back to you. So how'd you end up getting into the fishing part of it then?
What was I doing? I really just wanted to get out of the 9 to 5. I got back, so I was working at Google as a valet. So it was working for Diamond Parking under Google. They were contracted with them.
Okay.
So I was a detailer and a valet kind of. And then COVID happened. So I went on unemployment for almost a full year.
Oh wow.
And I just got really bored, but the money was better than if I got
If you were working
a minimum wage job.
Right.
So yeah. And then I had to get a job, so I started working at Total Wine, and then I was on register all day, and I cannot stand.
And that's where you were when I called you then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So did you know that Dave had given me your number?
He just said he gave a few fishermen, I just should expect a call.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So David called me and asked if I was looking for a greenhorn, and at the time I was not.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my guys on deck decided to go fish albacore tuna in Oregon. So it opened up a spot, and I thought, well, if Dave gave you a recommendation, because I know Dave, he wouldn't send me someone to the boat who would be incompatible or unable
Yeah.
to do it or whatever. So, yeah, I called and we did a little interview, and here you are.
Yeah.
So right on. Well, I think it's gonna be fun. You got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
But none of it's overwhelming, and yeah, it's I get that a lot of people don't want to work the 9 to 5, and
Yeah. It's weird because it's not the hours that I have a problem with. It's the repetition of like, I don't just the standing there mostly. Like so, like
right.
I did McDonald's and I did like a little toy store thing. I've had a lot of like 9 to 5 jobs, just trying to find something. And the only job that I liked was detailing, because in the morning, like once the parking lot fills up, we valet the rest of the people in, and then we give them like tickets so they can get their cars later. And then after that, we detail cars, we wash them, and then we do the whole inside. There's like 4 cars in a day. That takes like 4 hours to do all of them. And then we get to like we park people's cars in the open spots. So I like moving around.
So it's the hands-on and the variety of what
Yeah.
you did during the day, even though it was kind of repetitious. Like
Yeah.
so, fishing is repetitious,
Yeah.
but it's not standing there to cash register waiting for.
It's not
some-
this repetitious.
Right.
It's more whole body and like, yeah.
Right on. Well, yeah, we'll have some long days, but then it's some fun time too. Some
Yeah.
beach combing, berry picking, climbing, stuff like that. Some hiking. There's some swimming holes and stuff.
Nice.
If we get some nice weather, hopefully we will.
Yeah.
It's been cool so far this year, but anyway, right on. Well, that's how a kid from Washington ends up on a boat in
Yeah.
Alaska, right? So I've got another greenhorn coming. His name is Story, and actually how I got his number was through another fisherman friend, and because we all network, we talk.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I need a guy, and his girlfriend works on her dad's boat down, and apparently he had been in the yard and stuff, and so I was able to get his number and talk to him, and he, it's always kind of a crapshoot because you don't see anyone face to face. You talk to them on the
Yeah.
phone, you find out a little bit, and you just kind of have to go by, did they say the right things? And it's a long way to go, and I always give someone a chance,
That's good.
and you can't judge a book by its cover, so just the way someone looks doesn't mean
Mhm.
that, although first impressions,
They definitely matter.
definitely matters. I had a guy get on the boat. I hired him, and he showed up with the hat sideways and pants down to his knees and stuff. And I was like, turn your hat around, pull your pants up
Yeah.
before you come on the boat, and I didn't think he'd last, and he fished for me for 3-4 years or something. So I don't know if he took a couple breaks in the meantime, but
Mhm.
you just don't ever know, what someone's capable of. But the biggest thing that I've seen that people have to work on a boat and be successful is like an inner desire to see something through, or to I don't know. It's like a will,
Yeah.
that you just
Yeah.
a will to do something, and to not just lay down and give up or whatever.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you just have to embrace the suck, right?
Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like you always remember the really shitty days,
Mhm.
and you remember the really good fishing days, and you don't really remember the ones that were just so, and you sat and you ground out sets all day, and you ended
Yeah.
up doing okay at the end. By the end of the day, it was okay. That's just another day. You don't really
Mhm.
remember those, so you always remember the real highs and the real lows.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you'll find is that we're all going to know each other really, really well. This boat gets really small with 4
Yeah.
people living on
Yeah.
it, so everyone has to be able to get along, so keep your stuff put away and things like that. So, but I think it sounds like we're gonna have a good crew. It sounds like everyone knows how to cook a little bit,
Yeah.
so that's good. Because in the past, I've had it where nobody knew how to cook, and like I would have to here's a cookbook,
Like
and
even eggs or anything, like,
yeah, like I've had people that needed the recipe to boil water.
oh my god.
Yeah. So, the nice thing about having different cooks is one person doesn't get stuck doing it all the time. And the other thing is you get more of a variety that way.
Yeah.
So before we go shopping, we're going to all, talk about what people like to make. And, we'll go from there before we do the grocery up. So
Yeah.
there's a boat heading out. It's like old Ron on the Legacy. He's getting ready to go fishing. So Kodiak opens tomorrow, and the Kodiak fleets, some of them are heading out. Prince William Sound opened about a week ago. It's early. Well, we're hoping to be actually fishing by the 15th. We got a little bit of boat work to do, and yeah, so stand by.